So we are celebrating Earth Day. What an amazing time of the year. And let's think for a moment, what do you do to ground yourself? To keep yourself centered in your purpose, centered in your intention. You know, our ancestors lived in nature. They had to. It's just the way it was. They lived by the phase of the moon. They used the sun and the moon to track time. They lived with the land and all the creatures on this earth. We have gotten away from that because it's not required of us. We don't have to live in nature, but oh, how we thrive when we do choose to live with nature. So I say our ancestors lived in nature in order to be happy and be healthy. We need to get back to nature. So what do you do in your daily routine? Maybe your weekly routine or your monthly routine to get back to nature, to get in nature, to coexist with nature. Maybe you garden. Maybe you like to go out and kayak. Maybe you like to go hike. Maybe you jog. Maybe you simply walk. Maybe you go out in the morning, sit like I do with my morning coffee and feed the squirrels and feed the blue jays. What an amazing way to start your day. Feeding creatures in nature, sitting with them, listening to their song, listening to their sounds, watching them play. It just brings joy to our heart when we allow it. Getting back to nature. It's a way we can remain centered, focused, be grounded in who we are, what we are. So grounding, what is grounding? Grounding is simply the act of putting our skin on this earth. Maybe you take your shoes off and go walk in the park, in the grass, maybe in your own yard. I have a client who years ago, when I taught him the benefits of grounding every day, he was so amazed at the difference it made in his body. It reduced inflammation. It reduced his pain level. It also can reduce stress, increase joy, reduce worry, increase happiness. There are so many benefits to grounding. Simply getting our feet on this earth, getting our hands in the dirt to plant a flower or a tomato plant or some string beans or something. We just get our hands in that dirt. Maybe we go to the beach, sit down in the sand, wiggle our toes up and under the sand, put our hands in it. Let the ocean water wash up on us and recede back. That's getting in nature. Grounding yourself. So that client that I was just telling you about, he didn't have very many opportunities during the day. He was a banker, to actually get out in nature. So he built himself a box to go underneath his desk, and he put dirt and planted grass, grew that grass, and he would sit with his shoes off, with his feet in that earth for a part of the day. And then he would get out and walk when he could. So making that conscious decision, setting a conscious intention to get back to nature, is a healthy decision to make. It can bring you so many benefits for your physical health, for your emotional health, for your spiritual well-being, to get back to nature. Hug a tree. Go out and put your arms around that tree. Press your body up against that tree and feel nature. Sit out at the park, in your yard. Listen to the birds. Listen to them sing their song. When you first go out and sit down, they might flutter away because they're not used to you being there. Because how long has it been since you came out and sat here with them? But then you just sit there quietly. They'll adjust. They'll come back, and you'll hear their song. You'll see the squirrels scampering, maybe the chipmunks running around, the birds chirping and singing, looking at the beautiful flowers, at the green of the grass, at the leaves of the tree as they flutter and flow through the wind. You feel the cool wind upon your face, and you just relish and rejoice in nature. Give yourself that gift as a celebration for this Earth Day. Our meditation today is going to be a return to my roots. We're going to do a meditation honoring Mother Earth, honoring Father Sky. So let's get comfortable wherever you are on this planet Earth. You are in a space. It's yours. You are occupying space. Claim it. Proclaim it. This is my space. Live in it. Be in it. If you're out in the park, wiggle your toes in that grass. If you're out at the beach, put your hands in the sand. Wiggle your toes in the sand. Feel the backs of your legs as they press on that warm sand. If you're walking in the park, enjoy all the sights and sounds of nature. Whatever you are doing, connect. Connect to Mother Nature, to Father Sky, to Brother Wind. So breathe in. Brother Wind brings that beautiful air to us. It is the breath of life. As we breathe it in, we acknowledge we are one with nature. We are part of the whole. Breathe in and accept that gift, that breath of life. Breathe in, allow that air to fill your lungs. And as you exhale, allow that warm breath to release any anxiousness, any negativity, any stress, any pain, any inflammation you might be holding. Breathe in and welcome that breath of fresh air. Exhale and release what is not serving you. Breathe in and exhale. And now, after a few cleansing breaths in and out, allow your breath to find its own rhythm. Our human bodies are amazing, wonderful, organic machines. They take in oxygen. The heart pumps the blood throughout our body, carrying that oxygen to all the reaches, the furthest reaches of our fingertips and our toes, the top of our head. We breathe in and our lungs expand. We accept and receive all that good life force energy from our divine Creator. As our heart pumps our blood throughout our body, we are re-energized, recharged. And where our feet are connected to this earth, maybe they are on a floor, but that floor is connected through the foundation of the building deep into the earth. There is that connection. Allow the energy to flow. Flow in and through you and down through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth. Mother Earth embraces you, embraces your energy. Our energy intertwines with the roots of all the plants, the trees, the flowers, the roots of our ancestors that are so deeply extending down to the bosom of Mother Earth. A network of roots, threads connected one to each other. And each living creature sends its roots down into the earth. They are all connected. And we are grounded. We are centered within ourself and our being, our beingness. As we breathe in, we accept that beautiful gift of life. From the top of our head, we receive the energy of the heavens coming down through our crown chakra, just as the energy of the earth comes up through our root chakra. Together they meet within our heart and the center of our chest, our heart center. We are connected through the energy in the heavens to all that is. And we are connected through the energy of the earth to all that is. Affirm and acknowledge that connection. Feel it. Know it. And as we close our outer eyes, let's visualize this beautiful earth. And we are one being one beingness, one consciousness on this earth, one being, yet connected to all that is, all that ever has been, and all that ever will be. We are connected. In Cherokee storytelling, there is a great grandmother Grandmother Spider. Bring her right there to your mind's eye. Grandmother Spider. She can quickly and easily traverse this earth. The strands of her hair are silver strands of a web she weaves, a silver web of connectivity. As you see her in your mind's eye, Grandmother Spider, imagine her coming from your heart's center, strolling down your arm to your fingertip. And there she jumps to your neighbor, leaving a silver web connecting you to your neighbor. Then beautifully she scampers and jumps to a tree, trailing behind her a silver web connecting your neighbor to the tree. She has a little fun and runs up the trunk of the tree, circling and circling as her web follows her. She jumps onto the back of a squirrel, and along goes her web, connected to the squirrel. And as the squirrel scampers far out onto a limb, she jumps over to the blue jay. And there so is that silver strand connecting the squirrel to the blue jay. The blue jay soars and swoops down. She jumps onto a blade of grass, and so goes her silver thread of connectivity from the blue jay to the strand of grass. And she hops along every strand of grass, zigzagging her way with her silver thread following behind. She jumps on to the back of a cat. Her silver strand connecting the grass to the cat. The cat runs to the next yard, where she jumps off onto a daisy, connecting the cat to the daisy. Then jumping from the daisy onto the back of the honeybee. And the honeybee takes her up in flight back to the hive where she connects each and every bee of the hive and wraps her web of connectivity around the hive and back down to the ground on a dandelion. From the dandelion, she jumps to a butterfly. From the butterfly, she jumps to another tree. From the tree, to a woman walking by, to the child, to the other child, to the puppy. Grandmother Spider, weaving her web, connecting all that is one to each other. When we honor nature, we honor every living thing. The water in the stream as it flows over the rocks in the stream as they tumble along, the trout that swims through the stream, maneuvering past the rocks, the dragonfly that flits down and touches the water and flies off. All things are connected. There is that thin silver web connecting. When we sit quietly, we honor that connection. We put our feet into the earth. We sit on the earth. Maybe we lie in a meadow, feeling the warm grass on our back, looking up at the clouds, knowing that those silver strands connecting are also connecting us to the clouds, to the heavens, to the stars, to the planets. We are connected through Mother Earth and Father Sky. Since the beginning of time, Grandmother Spider weaves her web, always busy, always connecting new life, reborn. Even as the physical dies away and enters back into Mother Earth, giving energy. Energy does not go away. It simply changes, transforms, becomes something more. How beautiful. Always present. Always loving. Always caring. Right here and right now. Always has been, always will be. Connected. One to another. every living thing connected. It is in the acceptance of that connection that we become greater, because we truly are better together, all of us better together. We really, truly are. When we honor our connection, when we accept and receive divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine consciousness from the heavens, we allow it. It flows down like a white column of light into our crown chakra. See it in that mind's eye. See that white column of light coming from the heavens that are dark and sparkled with light, flowing down into your crown chakra. Now expand that vision and see that every other thing has that white column coming down to their crown chakra. We are connected. We are all filled with divine light. And as we put our attention on our roots, going down from our feet into Mother Earth, those roots twining, curving, touching, roots of our ancestors, roots of our forebears, roots of all that is living on this earth. Those roots twine together like a vine. We are connected. It is in that connection. That connection comes together in our heart center. That is where we love. When we accept and receive both the masculine and the feminine, we bring all that divine energy in. We are aware of it. We feel it. We know it is within us. We breathe in and we expand out that divine love to all that is, to all we know, and to those we don't know. We become a spiritual being. Sharing, caring, loving. connected. Connected to the earth. Connected to the heavens. We are truly divine, expressive beings. Simply accept and know. As I receive, so shall I give. And I become more. I receive. I accept. I expand. I give, and I become greater, more. By giving and sharing divine love, I am. That energy from the heavens, bring it down, bring it in. Accept it. That energy from Mother Earth, bring it up, bring it in. Accept it. Right there in your heart. It's a beautiful yin-yang of heaven and earth, God and Goddess, divine being. Accept it, be it. Expand it out as love. You become greater, and together we are better. Still small space within you. Bring that energy in. Bring it down, bring it up, bring it in. Feel it in your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your consciousness back into this physical self, grounded, centered in your purpose, grounded in your beingness, connected to Mother Earth, living with nature, listening to the birds, even as you are inside. Listen, I hear them. The birds are chirping right outside. I can't wait to go out and be with them. Find that exuberant joy within you of being in nature. Being with yourself in nature. Honoring yourself. Honoring nature. Bring the outside in to your living space. Bring a plant in. Bring the outside in to your workspace. Bring a flower in where you can see it, touch it, smell it. Bring the outside in and live with nature. Honoring the earth. Through your actions and your deeds and your thoughts, being mindful of recycling, being mindful of planting, being mindful of how you can be in nature. Remembering that our ancestors lived in nature. They had to survive. They learned to use the heavens as their calendar. They learned to mark time through the phases of the moon and the sun. We have all of modern technology for that. But yet we can choose to honor the passage of time through the movement of the moon, through the movement of the sun, through the growth of the plants, the life cycles of the animals around us, honoring them, experiencing joy by just watching them. Be in nature. It's a beautiful gift to give yourself. And for this Earth Day, celebrate your beingness on this earth and live each moment to the fullest, loving yourself and loving all those you encounter, whether they be people, animals, plants, loving all of nature, honoring all of nature, and remembering, as Chief Seattle said, nature and the earth is not part of us. We are part of it. Be in nature. Be with nature. Honor yourself. Remember remember the story of Grandmother Spider, hopping from one thing to the next, leaving a web connecting. And if you sit quietly at the setting of the sun, watch the last glimmering light of the sun reflected in the moon. Look at nature, you will see those connecting threads, reflecting the light from the moon, reflecting the light from the sun. Honor those connections. Thank you so much. Namaste.